Hey, good morning. It's a little after 10 o'clock right now on a Friday, going into the weekend. And today, what I want to do is I want to talk about sales follow up. Now, where this is coming from is in my mystery shops and in my communicating with a lot of different dealers. What I see time and time again is that when it comes to follow up, many salespeople use that as just something to say they got it done. So if a salesperson is following with a customer for the lead response, it's like, okay, check, done. I made a phone call, left a voicemail, check, done. And the results of so many of these, if you sit back and you actually listen to them, it just sounds like an operator or a robot just checking the box. And for so many dealerships now, you're so reliant on AI to do the follow-up for you that the personality gets lost. The reason that what we're doing every single day gets lost and we don't make that people connection, what is so needed when it comes to selling cars. I mean, if you've been in the business for a day or a decade, you know that it is a people business. It is not a car business. But I mean, a tried and true euphemism, what does it actually mean? Well, it means that we need to make a connection with people and their customers. When they visit your dealership website, they're giving you the playbook. They're giving you the rules on how they want you to connect with them. Perfect opportunity is to talk about how customers are engaging on an Intice 360 website. So if you're aware of what we do on our websites, we have created multiple lead generation funnels that include a customer to get their free credit score and get pre-qualified, for a customer to schedule a test drive, for a customer to build their deal online, for a customer to get a dealership's best price on a specific vehicle, to get a trade value, a trade-in book value, or to get a real offer for their vehicle. So all of these are very specific lead conversion pathways that are designed from the point of contact all the way through to the phone call, the SMS message, the follow-up, the connection, the face-to-face opportunity is where there is some magic. And that's what I want to be able to try to have our salespeople tap into that. So let's just set the stage a little bit. Let's say, for example, that we have an advertisement for we'll buy your car even if you don't buy from us. So we spend the money as a dealership to advertise that message. Many customers see that. The customer that has interest in that is going to click on that ad. Now, once that customer visits a dealership website and they see the messaging around, we'll provide you a real offer in real time, just give us your VIN, we'll give you a value, and then they take the time to plug in their VIN. They take the time to put in their first name, their last name, their email address, their phone number, and go through the steps necessary to actually generate the lead. And then when that lead hits your dealership CRM, and I'm not saying all dealers do this, but so many I see where the automated response is going to be just a salesperson checking the box. And I think it's in that moment right there that we can flip the script, that we can increase our opportunities by doing a better job. And I'm not just going to come here and tell you what you're doing wrong. I'm not going to come here and tell you what the problem is without bringing a solution. I'm going to bring you a solution, a free solution that you can implement today. What I hear salespeople do, I actually got a voicemail from I think it was a BDC person. So I would recommend that you go in and mystery shop your own store and find out how your personnel is actually responded. The voicemail that I received was something that was something like this, and it was super fast. I almost couldn't understand what the salesperson or BDC person was saying. Is like, hey, this is David Farmer from ABC Toyota. The reason for my call is that you sent in an inquiry. Please give me a call back at 727-514-2097. Thank you very much. Click. And that was the initial contact that I got from the dealership after submitting a lead to get a real offer for my vehicle. So where I think there's opportunity, where we can identify that there is a gap in performance, is the way that we're connecting with customers when they submit that lead. So the first thing we need to do identify is how are customers engaging on our dealership's websites, and how should that follow-up look like? How should that initial phone call or the voicemail or the SMS message or the email look and sound? I'm here to tell you that the way that you should be communicating with the customers is how they converted to a lead, whether it's scheduling a test drive or building a deal or getting pre-qualified or getting a real value for their vehicle or unlocking a best price. Talk to the customer about what they did on your site, and you're going to have immediate connection with that customer. You're not just going to be checking a box. And we should be doing it in a way where we understand that there is a person on the other side, that person actually took the time to go from an anonymous website visitor to actually engaging with one of the tools or technologies on the dealership's website and willfully entering in and de-anonymizing themselves, making themselves known by submitting first name, last name, email address, phone number, and then whatever other information that's needed to go through those steps online. So every lead that we get, we should be taking care and understanding that there is a person on the other side of that lead, that communication from that lead. So with all that said, let me go ahead and I'm going to share my screen. There we go. And with this, I want to share a tool that I've been working on. And if you've been watching any of my videos recently, one of the things that I've been talking about is how I and we as a company are using AI in ways to help us create mini web applications that really solve for a need. Now, as a software developer for the last, 25 years, my first software that I developed back in 2000, 25 years ago, was ePencil, and it took me literally months to be able to build that tool. And with any of the other tools that we've delivered with Intice, very similar thing. It takes weeks and months to be able to build out applications. This is a web application that I've built in the last few days, and I'm doing it using AI to help me build the framework. So a lot of the things that would take forever, ChatGPT can just do in a few minutes. So this is absolutely fantastic. So this is Intice Echo. And this is a free tool to our dealers or to anybody else. If you're interested in this tool, just do me a favor, hit me up in the comments, give me your email address, and I'll send this send this to you. And please do me a favor. If you're watching me on YouTube, click the subscribe button, click a like. If you're watching me on LinkedIn, do me a favor, just write some comment. Whether you like it, you don't like it, it's cool, a thumbs up, a pumpkin, it doesn't matter. I would appreciate that. It actually helps me get this video in front of more people. And so I would appreciate that. If you get any value out of this, please do me that favor. Now, so what is Intice Echo? Intice Echo is a mini application that provides the framework for communication for salespeople to communicate with customers based on how they converted on your dealership's website. And this is, I think, that missing link of how we can do a better job with the leads that we're getting. Another thing you can think about is, what is your lead closing percentage right now? We have very high performing dealerships sitting in that middle teens lead to close percentage, 14, 15%. High performing stores doing a really good job. Those are the type of numbers. Now, I've seen some dealerships that do higher than that. I see a lot of dealerships doing a lot lower than that. If they're doing lower than that, you can move the needle and go from a 4% or a 5% lead to close ratio by valuing every single lead that comes in and tailoring what you use in the way that you communicate to customers. So this right here, what I'm doing is what I have the opportunity to do. This is my lead response generator. I can say, okay, this customer is coming in on a credit score check. Now, what my recommendation is when that lead comes in, and I don't care how you have your CRM set up, if you have automated lead responses, you have automated SMS messages, and you feel I need to wait for that to do its job before I can reach out to the customer, I'm here to say, take what you got, do what you can, but do it right now. So the first thing that we know that we can do is we can make a phone call to this customer. So regardless of what the response has been from an automated response, the first thing that I want to do is I see that lead come in, I want to pick up the phone and I want to call that customer. Now, if this customer is converting through, and I can actually show you, let me just go to a dealership. Let's see, we could go to, actually, we'll go into somebody different today. We're going to another dealership here, and I am coming up here. I'm a customer. I am interested in getting pre-qualified, and I go into our loan maker technology. So this is where a customer can get their free credit score on a dealership website, and it generates a lead into the dealership CRM. This is one of our highest volume lead generation technologies available inside Intice 360. It's worth me slowing down a moment, taking my own advice, slowing down just a moment, and providing the value or context around how customers are generating into leads. So let's say, for example, the customer went from a menu item, they dropped right down, and they went into our loan maker technology. Or let's say the customer was shopping for a new vehicle, and they find their new vehicle here, and they click on the Get Pre-Qualified button. This is also going to open up the loan maker technology. This is where a customer can enter in their first name, last name, email address, phone number. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this video for you real quick. It's a one minute, 11-second video that explains the value, and this is what gets a customer to go from that anonymous visitor into an identified person into a lead by actually taking the time and providing this information. So quick video, let's watch it.
Checking your credit score should be fast and easy. Say hello to Credit Score Express. FICO scores are used in 90% of all lending decisions, so a FICO score is a pretty accurate reflection of your creditworthiness. Credit scores are calculated using computer programs known as scoring models. Scoring models perform sophisticated statistical analysis on the contents of your credit report. Credit Score Express uses a soft credit pull, which never impacts your credit or shows as an inquiry. To get your FICO credit score, just tell us about yourself. No social security number or date of birth needed. And in seconds, Credit Score Express will provide your individual FICO credit score. Plus, you can get pre-qualified instantly. And we'll send your credit score and pre-qualification certificate right to your email. Optionally, you can complete an Express Credit application. Our professional financial services team will review your application and provide you with a pre-qualification status in just minutes. Checking your credit score and getting pre-qualified for a car loan should be fast and easy. And with Credit Score Express, it is.
All right, so that is
checking your credit score should be fast and easy. Say hello to
that is Loan Maker. That is where a customer can enter in their information. So they do that, right? So they enter in their information. Now, what you can do, and this is a manual process. So if my name is David Farmer, I can put my phone number in this, 727-514-2097. Send me a text if you want. And I can put my customer's name. Let's say it's Carrie. abate, one of our test customers, and let's say that this is for 360 Honda. Now, not all scripts we're going to have the new vehicle information loaded into the script, and not all ways that we're going to follow up with the customer are going to have the trade vehicle. Let me just take a moment, just enter this in. And what's good about this too is it gives you, the salesperson or the BDC person, just a moment to go, okay, this is a real person that I'm going to try to reach out to. They're interested in a 2025 Honda Accord LX, and they're going to be trading in, if you have this information, a 2021 Honda Civic. Now it's a credit score check. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up my phone and I'm going to call the customer. But what am I going to say? Am I just going to do what happened? Hey, this is David Farmer with 360 Honda. I'm calling because you sent an inquiry on our dealership website. Please give me a call back at 727-514-2097. No, we don't want to do that. What we want to do is we want to talk about how that customer converted into a lead. So this is a phone call script that you can use. Now, this actually brings me back. I'm gonna date myself a little bit. This brings me back to 1990. Gosh, I guess it was probably 1998. I was working at a big Toyota dealership. We were selling probably 700-800 cars per month. They had opened up a BDC. They brought in somebody from the outside to train BDC agents, and it didn't really work because the person that they brought in did not have any automotive experience. So they pulled me off of the floor and gave me my first management opportunity at that store, and that was to take over the business development center, or the BDC, and I implemented the very similar processes, knowing that the way that I'm going to talk to the way that I wanted my BDC agents to speak to my customers was going to be just like I spoke to customers when I was on the floor and selling cars. And, when I was selling cars, out of 50 to 60 salespeople, I was either number 1, number 2, or number 3 out of all of them. So I was a high performer. I wasn't like one of those 6-car guys that they threw into the BDC because he couldn't do anything. But you still like that guy, and you want to keep him, but he's just not selling enough cars, so you pull him off the floor. That was not me. So this right here, I'm going to come back over here. Let me share my screen. This is our script. So I'm just going to kind of go through it real quick and go over some of the things that we want to talk about in the script and why each part of it is important. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to have some sort of greeting, right? So if a customer says hello, so what I like to do is let's call out their name. Hey, is this carry a bait? Wait, right? Yes, this is. Great. And then announce yourself. Use your name so we can build value in who we are, right? So great. This is David Farmer with 360 Honda. Am I catching you at a good time? I think it's great to ask for permission. And if they say, no, it's not a good time, try to schedule an appointment to talk to the customer. Hey, no problem. I completely understand. Would sometime later this afternoon or this evening be better for a call? A lot of times they're going to say, no, you know what? This is fine. Or they're going to say yes. If they say yes, use powerful, uplifting language to say excellent. We also want to thank the customer for doing what they did, and that is visiting the dealership website and getting their credit score. So I can say, hey, excellent. Thanks for visiting our website and getting your free credit score and pre-qualification. I also like to edify what they do in taking that step. And we can do that by saying, hey, that was a smart move. That step is going to make the entire car buying process just a little bit quicker and way easier. Now, here's what's next. I'd like to invite you down to the dealership for a VIP Express appointment. We'll review your pre-qualification and go over vehicle options that both fit your needs and your budget. Now, would sometime today work for you, or would tomorrow be better? So what I've done there is I have moved the customer into the point where I am trying to build value in the customer actually scheduling an appointment. And the reason that I'm doing that is I want the customer to schedule an appointment. That's kind of the goal of my phone call. The goal of my phone call is not to pre-qualify that customer. The goal of the phone call is not to ask how much down, how much do you want to pay per month, how much do you owe on your car. I don't want to do any of those pre-qualifications. The only thing I want to do is I want to move the customer from that lead form on their couch or at their desk and into a face-to-face opportunity. So I'm going to schedule an appointment. I'm going to build value in that appointment. I love using the WordTrack VIP Express appointment. You're going to see that kind of laced through the entire way that we communicate with customers. I would recommend that you use this and incorporate this into your language, even if it sounds a little bit quirky, even if it sounds a little bit old dated, even if it doesn't sound like the way that you communicate. I would challenge you to change the words that you use to have more impact, like VIP Express appointment. So, hey, I'd like to invite you down to the dealership for a VIP Express appointment. We'll review your pre-qualification and go over vehicles that fit your needs and your budget. Would sometime today work for you, or would tomorrow be better? Now, I love this either or options. Now, I really love kind of an advanced version of this where instead of just being today or tomorrow, I would break the day up into thirds. And right now, since it's the morning, I would create urgency by saying, hey, can you come in right away this morning, or would this afternoon be better? Creating a lot of urgency. This is something that we hear people talking about in sales training all the time, is you have to create urgency. How do you do that? Do you talk really, really fast? No, you talk urgently by speaking urgent terms like, would you be willing to come in right away this morning, or would this afternoon be better? That's going to lead the customer into either agreeing to come in right away or saying, no, you know what, I can't make it in today, but I could probably come in tomorrow. Boom. And then you move right into narrowing down what is a good time. Great, tomorrow is fine. I do have some appointments available. Would sometime in the morning or afternoon be better? Customer says sometime in the morning. Great, I do have a couple appointments available. I got one at 9:45, or would 11:15 be better? So you can see how we're moving the customer through the appointment setting process by providing them choices and options. That's another technique that you're going to see through the entire way that I communicate with customers, is giving choices and options instead of yes or no questions most of the time, unless I'm just looking for a yes. So for example, now what we've done is, hey, I'd like to invite you down to the dealership for a VIP Express appointment. We'll review your pre-qualification and go over the vehicle options that fit your needs and your budget. Would sometime today work for you, or would tomorrow be better? Customer says, not today, but tomorrow. Great, that's perfect. I do have an opening at 10:15, or would 11:45 be better? This is a great appointment setting technique where you are using 15 and 45. The reason that you want to use 15 or 45, that allows you to lock down a real appointment. Another thing that I see a lot in dealerships is where, especially for BDC people that get paid for setting appointments or appointments that show, they're going to set an appointment even if it's not an appointment. If the customer says, yeah, you know what, I could probably come in sometime around, Saturday morning. Okay, would 11 o'clock? Sure. That's not an appointment. What we want to do is we want to actually schedule an appointment with the customer using techniques like 15 and 45, give you the ability to say something like, hey, would I have an opening at 10:15, or at 11:45 be better? Two specific times, you can lock that in. And that what we want to do is we want to once the customer commits to a time, we want to ratchet that down. We want to lock that appointment down. How can we lock that down? A couple different ways. First of all, you repeat it back to the customer. We say to them, hey, great, I've got you down for 11:45 on Saturday. Now let me ask you a question. Is there anything that would prevent you from making it into the dealership on Saturday at 11:45 or at that time? So what we're doing is we're kind of doing a takeaway. Takeaway is a very powerful tool when it comes to negotiation or communication. And we want the customer to recommit. No, I'll be there. Excellent. Or if they say, well, you know what? I do have to check with my wife to see if she's going to be available for coming down on Saturday. Hey, no problem. What I'd like to do then is give you a follow-up call after you speak to your wife. Would you mind if I just shoot you a text later this afternoon to confirm the appointment? Or something like that. Hey, why don't you go ahead and give me your wife's number? I'll go ahead and call and confirm right now. Is that something that you'd be interested in? That's another great way that you can create this personal connection with customers as you're having this conversation. So as you see, the script that we've created right over here is not just a robotic script. It's a guide. It's designed to guide you through the conversation. If you get into a conversation and you go off script, that's great. You're creating that personal connection, and that's really what we want. But you can always kind of come back to this as the conversation slows down. Say, awesome. Now, there is one last thing before I let you go. Do you already have directions to the dealership, or would you like me to text them to you? Now, I love this opportunity because it gives you the ability to create a text chain with the customer, which I would recommend that you try to do with every single one of your customers, is to create a text chain with them so you can continue to communicate with them. So now you're a friend and not just a salesperson. You're somebody that is a person and they're a person, so you have this personal connection. Then send directions. And you might even want to send directions even if they don't say that they want you to. If you send an appointment confirmation, that would be brilliant, right? All right, so thanks again for taking my call. I look forward to meeting you for your VIP appointment on Saturday at 11:45. I'm going to have everything prepared to make your visit smooth, fast, and hassle-free. Again, maybe these are old-fashioned type words. Maybe it's not the way that you communicate right now. But these are the things that when you say them, they carry weight. And they'll get the customer to more likely want to connect and come in for the appointment. Another thing that I don't have on this, which I love to say, and it allows me to kind of wrap up the conversation, is, hey, do me a favor. When you get to the dealership, please let the person who greets you know that you have a VIP appointment with me, David Farmer. Now, I'm going to have everything prepared for your visit so we can make it as smooth, fast, and hassle-free as possible. So as you get more comfortable with this call guide, the scripting, you can drop in different techniques like that. Also, I put some key notes here. Stay focused on setting the appointment, not selling cars over the phone. Use a confident, short transitions. Keep control of the conversation. Always offer 2 appointment times at 15 and 45. Confirm the appointment, handle the objections, and end strong. And then don't forget to log the call outcome in the CRM and text confirmation if applicable. Okay, so that is part of that. Let me see where I'm at. Okay, 28 minutes already. Man, this time just goes by so fast. People say to me, man, your videos are just way too long. And I get it. Not many people want to stick around. But if you are sticking around, I love it. Please do me a favor and make a comment. Hey, I stuck around. Now, I'm going to wrap up by saying that after I make this phone call attempt, let's say the customer doesn't pick up. What are you going to do? Well, let's leave a voicemail that is appropriate. Boom. Here's my voicemail. Hey, Carrie Abate, this is David Farmer with 360 Honda. I'm following up on your recent visit to our website. It looks like that you got your free credit score and got pre-qualified. Smart move. That's going to make the entire process of getting your next vehicle faster and easier. I'd love to invite you in for a VIP appointment so we can review your pre-qualification and check out vehicles that fit your needs and your budget. Give me a quick call back at 727-514-2097. I got openings today and tomorrow and would love to get you locked in for something. Again, David Farmer, 360 Honda, looking forward to speaking to you soon. That is a great voicemail. Again, I know the customer's name. I'm saying my name a couple times. I'm leaving my callback number. I'm addressing how the customer converted on the dealership website, making that commitment. And another thing that you might want to do, which maybe I'll put this on the future, is close your eyes for 3 seconds and calm yourself before you call the customer, right? Like 1, 2, 3. Go. Put yourself in the right state of mind. Don't just check a box. Take the time to try to create that connection. That customer probably has sent leads to other dealerships or submitted leads to other dealerships, and now they're all calling that customer too. You need to do something that's going to create some separation between you and the people that are just checking the box. They're going to get customers, salespeople that's going to call and say, hey, this is David Farmer with 360 Honda. I saw that you submitted an inquiry on our dealership website. I just wanted to follow up. Please give me a call back at 727-500. And it's illegible. And today, with the technologies on the phone, you know that voicemails are going to be transcribed. So when you leave a voicemail, make sure you leave a voicemail understanding that the text of what you say is going to be transcribed. I had one dealership, again, I think it was the same dealership I did a mystery call a few days ago. The BDC agent talked so fast that they did make out, the transcript did make out that it was a Honda dealership, but instead of having the actual dealership name in the transcript, it converted it to favorite Honda, which if you're doing that on purpose, maybe it's not a bad idea, but in this case, it was not. So making sure that you slow down enough and you articulate what you want to say, so when the customer reads back their transcribed voicemail, it's going to add value. So just think about that when you're looking at this script. Hey, Carrie Abate, this is David Farmer with 360 Honda. I'm following up on your recent visit to our website. It looks like that you got your free credit score and got pre-qualified. Smart move. That's going to make the entire process of getting into your next vehicle faster and easier. I'd love to invite you down for a VIP appointment so we can review your pre-qualification and check out vehicles. You get it, right? Now, let's say, for example, we left this voicemail. The next thing I want to do is I want to SMS. I want to send a text. Texts, I think, should be short. You don't want to leave something that's way too long, like a book, like a page from a book. Something short. I would probably include emojis, but something like, hey, Carrie Abate, it's David Farmer, 360 Honda. Thanks for checking your credit and getting pre-qualified. Smart move. Let's get your VIP appointment on the books. Would today work or tomorrow, or would tomorrow be better for you? Reply here and I'll lock it in. Need directions? So this is some great calls to action to get that customer to respond and why to respond. And heck, we're going right for the appointment. Now, something I thought about too, and we've not built into Intice Echo yet, but I'm going to. And that is the ability to record a video and send that along with the with that SMS. And I thought this would be kind of a fun experiment just to do right here. Let's say, for example, I pull up my phone like this. Let's see if I can do this. Look at that. Okay, so over here, right, boom, 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 right there. So that's my phone. I have it right here. So this is my phone, and I want to record a selfie video that I'm going to send to the customer based on the way that I'm trying to communicate with the customer with that same language. Now, there are some apps that you can download. Some of them are for free, some of them are paid, like CapCut or BigView or Teleprompter. And you can actually take this script, plug it into the teleprompter, so when you're talking to the phone, that you're making that connection, right? Bunch of reflection coming off. But let's say, for example, I'm looking at my phone right here, and what I want to do is I want to make sure that I'm keying into what that customer is, what the customer did. So you can say, hey, Carrie Bate, this is David Farmer with 360 Honda. First of all, I just want to say thank you for visiting our dealership website and getting your free credit score and getting pre-qualified. It really is a smart move because that's going to save a lot of time in us finding the right vehicle for you that's going to fit your needs and your budget. Now, the next step would be for us to schedule an appointment. Have you come down for a VIP appointment so we can review your pre-qualification. And then we can look at vehicles that are going to fit your overall budget and your needs. Now, I do have some time available today, and I have some time available tomorrow. Actually, if you would like, I can serve up a couple appointment times. Just do me a favor, reply back to this text and let me know if today is better or if tomorrow is better. I appreciate the opportunity to provide my services in you finding your next vehicle. Thanks very much. That's all you have to do. So that is something that we can do using just your iPhone, right? You're just doing a video. You're just doing something that is kind of off the cuff. Creating a personal connection, use their name, use your name, talk about the dealership, talk about a VIP appointment, talk about scheduling that appointment, giving choices and options, right? Either or, today or tomorrow. Would 9:15 or 10:45 be better? I think by using these techniques and using a tool like Intice Echo is going to make all the difference and help you go from maybe a 8% closing percentage to a 10% closing percentage, or go from a 10% closing percentage to a 15% closing percentage. And like I like to say is leads aren't the problem. The problem is the way that we're handling the leads when they come into your dealership's CRM. Hey, I appreciate the opportunity to share this information with you. You're going to find this video and many others at intice.com.